Is it pulling this shit again? It is. Ah, damn. Peter's being a dick.
Yeah, I suppose it's better than your dick being a computer.
Yeah, yeah.
All things, all things.
I think Chrome was eating up all my RAM, and I don't know. Something is severely wrong with this computer.
Yeah. It's taking a long time to synchronize.
Yeah. I'm almost curious if my computer is acting up again. Yep, it is. Wonderful.
It says you joined.
Yeah, but I'm getting like 4 frames a second. Something is severely wrong with my computer.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know what changed overnight, but so I can't even move right now.
Weird. Oh, now you're moving on my screen.
Yep, I'm good now. But if I go into the menus and I try and change stuff, it's like... Nope, okay, that's good, okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. I thought it was Chrome, maybe it's not Chrome. I don't think I've downloaded anything from any weird sites or anything lately.
So you bought Field 19.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
Was it Galleon or Mayo that did it?
Yelling didn't leave any kind of turnover, so I don't even know if he was on at all.
I didn't see anybody before I got off at freaking 4 o'clock Central Time.
What I don't like about that dedicated server app is it doesn't tell you who's been on your server, and it doesn't tell you when they were on. It just has like a little graph that says 0 to 8 on the x-axis, or the y-axis. But on the x, it just always put like a little bloop on there when there's a person online. Or was online, but it doesn't tell you when or who or anything.
Yeah.
All
Somebody
right.
bought Field 19.
That's fine.
Oh, I'm not complaining. And it looks like they just did it because it's on today's expenses. I'm pretty sure we hadn't bought it yesterday.
No.
In-game yesterday or yesterday.
Yeah. A new vehicle for 32,000?
No, that was me.
Oh.
I bought this new cultivator.
Oh, the,
That's 6-meter cultivator right here.
Oh, okay. That other one doesn't...
This guy.
I thought we got the other one...
You get the planter. This is a cultivator.
I thought that planter cultivates too.
No, that planter doesn't cultivate, if I recall.
Oh, okay.
Remember, that was one of the points we were making about buying that machine. Or does that one
Okay.
buy? Maybe that one does cultivate. We still need a new cultivator because we need to branch out. So I snagged us a big machine that works fast. Because that lets us use the little seeder, seed the little fields. I had some pretty quick turnover when I got done harvesting and finally decided to start working these fields. I had all 3 fields ready to plant, like quick, fast, in a jiffy.
Yeah.
Because I had that bigger cultivator going. And got this one turned over, then grabbed the little seeder after it had been fertilized and got it working here. That one's being cultivated. Next thing you know, that one's being cultivated, that one's being fertilized, you know, little seeder going, then get the big seeder going, things like that. Yeah, but yeah, it works out because that way it can. Oh, that's doing that thing. Yep, I need to get in there at some point too and get rid of that. Oh, you fixed it anyway. Never mind. When you got in, it moved for me. Anyway, it went quick. Needless to say, and we will definitely want that big cultivator as time progresses. And we had the money to buy it, and the cultivator is an early stage machine we need in the process. So figure, okay, get that now.
Yeah.
The next thing we should definitely look at is headers, though. Headers is a thing we should look into. So, then we can expedite harvest. Expedite the harvest process as well as potentially diversify in harvestable product at some point as well.
Works for me. Oh, come on, computer.
I'm just wondering what somebody did by that field.
Wondering who. Well, it would have to be Galleon because he's the only one with Avon.
Yeah, you're right. That would be sensible to say. Sheep need a little attention and take care of that in a minute. Because, let's see here. 107,701 for harvest income. 6,400 negative for other, 6,400 negative for wages. Old building, or so new fields, negative 46,980. New vehicles, negative 32,000. So, I am confused. How? Must have harvested all of this again and replanted it.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't make sense because there's few more days in between. That shouldn't have been all available in one day because when I left the server, these were just first stage growth.
I know I got some done yesterday before I took off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I finished that harvest, started another harvest, finished that
Okay.
harvest, and planted a third harvest.
Alright.
Yeah, I knew where you got to because I was getting ready and leaving the house and stuff when I was watching the stream because I was just seeing what was going on.
Okay. Oh, I'll go and take care of these sheep.
That'll work.
Oh, damn it. I'll be back. I forgot to do my fucking Trek IR5.
We have been in a constant battle to have fertilizer in stock.
Really?
Harvesting. Yes, because fertilizer costs money. And we were negative when I started, so I couldn't buy anymore. So I was down to the last little bit. And I got everything finished up and then took off and I added like 6 or 8 more trees to your log trailer and hauled it off and sold that.
Okay. How much did that sell for? Probably pretty good, huh?
I don't remember, but yeah, I think it did alright. We were like negative money, and I put us back in the black briefly. It paid for the equipment, I'm pretty sure. I believe that would have been
Where's sold wood?
I believe it was the $23,000 for that load.
That's not bad.
Basically nearly paid for both pieces of equipment. Just in that one shot. And it wasn't full still. I took what you had and I cut down probably 6 more trees.
Okay.
Maybe more than that, but probably about 6 more trees. Dropped them on there, hauled it off, shoved it down in the pond, struggled with it a little bit because I didn't want to go in. I was backing it in, you gotta back it in further over towards the little help trigger there because the trailer's taller, so it doesn't get down in the water as easy. Get the logs down in the water as easy. I did finally get it, but it took a minute.
I'm gonna guess the blue tractor was sufficient.
It did the task. It was a bit slow on the hills, but it did the task.
Yeah.
That's part of why I sold it when I did. I thought, well, better wait and see. I don't want to go get a different tractor. And it was probably a good time to do it.
Alright, now I'm finally ready after getting everything freaking turned back on and set up and whatnot. Fuck's sake, man.
Yeah. Obviously, somebody harvested what I planted and replanted, and that's how they bought that field, because these tippers were not here. I put everything away.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to guess Galleon came in and sold off a harvest and made money. I thought we were going to be fucked. I thought I was going to have to sit on a couple of harvests and go black, go away in the red, because I don't know if you noticed it when you left, but when I got on, nothing was selling for anything worth selling for.
Okay.
Nothing we had was worth selling. And I looked it over, and I was like, well, shit. And soybeans was going up in 2 places. And it was the only crop that was going up that we could plant and harvest. So I just took a chance and planted everything in soybeans. And I said, okay, hopefully by the time this harvests, they're back above 1,400. And the one topped out at like 1,480 something. I was like, good enough. Sell. So it will turn out alright on that. And then soybeans seem to be staying up most of the time. I noticed apparently Galleon planted everything in soybeans again, which is fine because we got soybeans at 1472 and 1469. There's a couple that are trending downward, but the rest of them are stable at the moment.
Okay.
I think if we're above 1,400 on soybeans, we're okay. If we need the money, if we don't, then it's definitely worth sitting on them until they're above 1550.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was in the shit house except for, I think, sunflowers. I was like, yep, can't do that. So soybeans and hope for the best.
They usually sell well.
They do. And they did by the time I got back around. I'll let you get the sheepies cleaned up, then I suppose we could fast forward some time.
Yep. Sorry, I'm like adjusting settings because everything's for some reason is really quiet. I don't know why.
Yeah.
This computer is pissing me off today. Don't much appreciate it being a bitch face.
19 used to be plowed. Apparently he was not plowed before he planted it, or he bought it with soybeans on it already, which is a distinct possibility. Not very fertilized at the moment.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting taking that logging wagon around. You got to put the weight on the front and then.
Yep. Yep. And I was struggling keeping the rear tires on the ground still. That was part of the problem. Is if I got anything out of sorts, it would lift the rear wheels a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think once we get a bigger header, we should consider going ahead and getting the one of the semis for pulling that trailer, and then we can after that get a bigger tipper.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a mod that I like. You don't have, once again, don't have to get it. It's in the betas, but it works really well. And it is a tandem axle version of the little single axle truck. It just looks cool.
Okay.
It looks more realistic than using the big, giant, tall sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Wannabe Freightliner Classic. The other truck looks much more realistic tugging around farm work because it's not like we need a sleeper. We never have to sleep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of thought that too when I was looking at the trucks. I'm like, why would we need a truck with a cabin? Maybe that's to entice all the American Truck Simulator players.
There you go. I think it's the Twin Star. Somebody made it into a, like I said, a tandem axle, and it's like 160,000 something. It's not much less than the other one, but it just looks so much better.
Yeah.
As far as being realistic with usage and all that. I like the Tatra. It's a good truck. I loved it in 15 because it could actually pull implements.
Mm-hmm.
And like working implements, and I was like, oh, that's easy as hell. Because there's a lot of horsepower, so it's pretty cool. That's nice. Now, did you, I'm guessing not getting my message then, since
Hold on.
it sounds like you missed a message about the other plows that we need to get, because I checked those out.
Oh, I've been forgetting to do that. I gotta shut the server down and all that shit. I just forgot to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Obviously, we don't really have the cash to be buying one today.
Yeah.
But in the next harvest time or two, we should be able to afford one of those. And I would get one of those before I got a semi, probably. But
gotcha.
that would be, those two things would be like back to back, because the plow's not going to be terribly expensive.
No.
But anyway, the that plow pack works top notch as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
And the N series will pull the middle plow with a front weight on. You can drag it around, and it'll pull it at basically full speed or damn near enough. Because the horsepower ratings are exactly matched. 180 required, 180 available. And it did a really decent job. I tested it on my testing save, and I had no complaints.
Awesome.
That would be a good way for us to bump up to like, it's like 5.5 meters or something, or I don't remember now. It's pretty good the size plow. So that would speed up the plowing process so substantially as necessary.
Yeah. Alright, good enough. Can't believe sheep are so worried about having grass outside of their fucking feeding bins, but okay.
Yeah. Several people have made the comment that that's kind of silly, that the troughs would be inside more anyway, so it would just be on the ground, and they'd either eat it or trample it down.
Yeah.
Kind of pointless. I'm gonna grab the Hulliman and run over and see if I can get a coat of fertilizer on 19, because it's not fully fertilized. It's not exactly evenly fertilized either.
Okay.
And see if we can get that before we fast forward time.
Okay.
And then I think we're clear to fast forward.
While you do that, I'm gonna try and fuck with my settings and see what the hell is going on with this computer.
Nice.
Everything is up. Everything is like full volume, but I feel like it's only at 50%.
Weird.
Definitely not as loud as it was yesterday.
No growth state on here. Am I missing something? wonder if it's already been harvested and I didn't catch it.
Unless it's glitched.
Growth shows growing. It shows in the stage behind what we have too. It's a stage behind us, so I won't be able to fertilize it yet. I'm gonna scoot time forward and see what happens a little bit.
All right.
I'd like to see this pop up. Everything on our tree for original fields is good.
Mm-hmm.
So we're fine there. We can fast forward until harvest if we need to. But
Well, if we need, I get all the fields going at the same time.
yeah.
Oh, everything was down. What the hell? That explains a lot. But then why is it when I hit this? I am so confused. I have no idea. What the fuck? Okay, now I can hear. Yay! Means I can turn you down a little bit. Okay. Fuck's sake.
Computers, those infallible machines.
Man. All I gotta do is interpret some zeros and ones and it makes the world go round, but no. I can't do that.
That'd be too easy.
Exactly. Binary, it's so hard.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I got Truckers MP installed. I haven't actually logged in the game and gone on the multiplayer yet, but I did get it installed. It is up to date to the current version of, as far as I can tell, because it updated 4 or 5 days ago.
Gotcha.
So Truckers MP is up to date as far as I'm aware.
I don't know if I'll ever get around to getting it or not.
For American Truck?
Yeah.
There's some growth. There's some growth. Slow that back down from that. Yeah, I fought to get enough fertilizer the whole time. I bought 4 more, 5 more, several more things of fertilizer.
Yeah.
And we're down to the last one after I did the second planting of my gaming session.
Huh.
So there's less than a full one over there, and whatever's in this machine is the it for fertilizer. Fortunately, we're pretty well caught up. Once I fertilize this field, it won't be perfect, but at least it'll bump it up again a little bit.
Yeah.
Get as much as we can out of it until we get it plowed.
Well, if we need more, I could always go out and do logging.
Right. Well, I think we'll be fine. We'll ride this little guy. This is a little guy. We'll ride this little guy as is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get it cleaned up on the next round after it gets plowed.
Yeah.
It'll be caught up then. Fertilizer field states are a little wonky, but they should clean themselves up.
Mm-hmm.
First time we get it to maximum fertilization, everything will have to be at max. So
Yeah.
it'll be all even. Noticing, well, probably the case now, but last night I was noticing the corn was actually selling for enough to be worth selling.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, damn, I kind of wish we had some corn on the ground, but we don't, so we can't harvest it. Yeah, it's going down now, but it was over 780. I think it was like 790 something. And like 790 something in corn is good. You know, corn just fucking yields for days.
Mm-hmm.
Corn will be a good thing to get into too in the future because of the usage as a food source for pigs.
Yeah.
If if at some point we want this server to have all the aminals on it, which of course I would support. I like aminals on farms.
I think someone finally posted some statistics on the crops on the subreddit I saw this morning.
Yeah, I saw somebody posting some. There was actually somebody who posted something the other day about his methodology was yield per liter of seed. So
Yeah.
as to what product was the most efficient for the amount of seed you have to put down, considering that your fertilizing costs are fixed. Your fertilizer costs are going to be the same for every harvest.
And it was crop prices, simulations, and conclusions on the economy.
Okay, I haven't seen that post, so that's a new post, I guess.
If I understood it, statistics, or if I remembered how to understand statistics, this would mean more to me, but it's been a while since I've seen anything from the Minitab program.
Okay, so, yeah, this field is definitely goofy. There's part of it that's at first stage fertilization, there's part of it at second stage fertilization, there's part of it at the third stage fertilization. What a mess. And like I said, I don't think it's worth trying to fix it. This is just a little guy. We might as well just cut it, plow it, start fertilizing. But I did want to at least put a bit more fertilizer down, get a little bit more out of it. At some point today, I need to wander across town and go vote.
Wonderful.
Yes. Voting for the President of the United States is like trying to pick your favorite Menendez brother. I don't care who you like, you're never going to be perfectly happy with either candidate, so.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your allegiances are, you're probably still going to go, this guy's an asshole, or that guy's an asshole. Equal opportunity, shitty candidates.
Yeah. Oh, I voted for the Libertarian Party. That way they can get 5%, and we can have 3 major presidential candidates to pick shitty president candidates from instead of just 2.
Right on. Yeah, I have a series of problems that are causing me to be very conflicted about how I'm going to vote. Not so much that I don't know how I'm going to vote, just very conflicted about what I'm about to do.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just more so, I already know Clinton or Trump are gonna win. So I'm like, okay, well, I really don't like either of those 2 choices, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try and get myself a 3rd choice for the next election.
The only way I see a third party becoming a viable candidate for, you can fast forward time if you want,
Okay.
Or I can, but is they have to start at the state and local level and build a base of politicians that are gaining experience, because the people they keep fielding keep being some of the dumbest politicians because they have no practical experience. So, and here's the thing, if they do it that way, if nothing else, in 20 years, maybe more, they'll have actually grown the party enough to have some people with experience to have a candidate from within. But their better choice is to start to bulk up their numbers in state and local government so that they have a meaningful percentage in that area. Start trying to get maybe a Senate seat or something like that in DC. Really work in that, but work down ballot. Take all this money you're putting into these half-baked presidential candidacies, all in state and local, then into the Senate and the House. Then don't count on being able to get a candidate from within that's worth a shit. What you need to do is get one of those, like, for instance, it's going to be a Republican, so I'm just going to say it's going to have to be a Republican that would jump to an independent party, more likely than not.
So, like Johnson.
So, get a Republican who's got some clout, got some popularity to jump into your party by telling him, look, we'll back your bid for the presidential election. We think you're the right guy, but we think you're the right guy for this party, not the Republican Party. and get some sort of moderate, kind of middle of the road Republican.
So like Gary
That's-
Johnson.
Yeah, that, somebody who's going to line up, because most of your independent parties are kind of, they're too pro Second Amendment for a Democrat to swap. Most Democrats are very in favor of gun control, and it's kind of a Democrat thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to have a hard time seeing many of these independent parties accept a candidate like that from the Democratic Party. It's going to more likely than not be a Republican that would switch.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have somebody who's got some popularity, got some serious experience in politics, already has a little role behind him, and people who are independent, who are third party, might see this as like, here's a chance to, here's somebody's got some heat, let's vote for this guy. You might actually make some ground. Don't think you're going to get the presidency on the first try.
Gary Johnson, I'm sure you've heard his name.
Mm-hmm.
They're already on their way to getting the 5% to become a major party for the next election. Gary Johnson is almost everything you described. Almost
hope that it happens.
Everything
I
you
really
described.
do. We need to do away with the party system entirely, personally.
Yeah.
But we at least need a third party meaningfully involved. I support as much diversity in choice.
All I can tell you is if you're conflicted about what you're gonna do, you should just vote Johnson. That way you have at least a third option for next election.
I got to say this much though. This is what's got me burned up. Do you really believe that any vote that's not for one of the two parties is going to do anything but inflate one of the two candidates?
Well, I'm already not happy with either candidate, and one of those two candidates is already going to win.
Yes, I agree.
So I might as well put my vote where it is going to matter, and that matter is getting the 5% for a major party.
I can appreciate that. My concern is this. There are a lot of people that are going to vote for Scrooge McDuck and Donald Trump. A lot of people going to vote for Donald Trump. Okay, he appeals to the lesser educated, lesser classed, lower
AKA
class,
Ohio,
middle class. Yeah, well.
Oh, the fucking Trump signs around here.
Kansas too. It's all around me too.
Yeah.
So I feel your pain. And yes, I was in Ohio not that long ago. Lots of Trump signs. And not that I really think Trump can manage to accomplish anything he says he wants to do, and most of it's hyperbole to gain that vote. I still don't believe he's presidential.
Nope.
And let's face it, we had a hard enough time having a president that might have gotten a blowjob. How are we going to cope with a president that might have had sex with a 13-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to go over well.
Yeah.
So we really can't do that. In spite of the fact that, Clinton might have done some bad things with her email server. Might have. We don't really know. We'll never know. As the public, we will probably never know that answer.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a whole lot less that bothers me about that situation. If there was a serious likelihood that she'd done something really horrible, the FBI would be already all over her ass.
I think the FBI wants to get all over her ass, but the tape won't be taken down because of this whole election thing.
Well, I think everybody's kind of hedging their bets too. They're like, well, should we really push this button? Because if we make her too ugly, we're going to have to do our jobs under President Trump. And I think a lot of people in that world are afraid of that.
Yeah. I don't think these are actually ready to harvest. That isn't actually ready to harvest. Nope, it's just a bug. That's the bug. I'm pretty damn sure. Try again.
We're the first growth state according to this.
First growth state?
Or first harvest state. They're yellow.
Oh, they ain't getting picked up.
I see that.
Yeah, it's fucking bugged out.
Yeah, I had...
If we take a truck and drive past it, it'll show its true colors, I believe, but all I know is that we just need to turn this up to 120 times and check it every hour.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I agree. I was watching that problem last night when I was harvesting on.
Yeah.
Some of it hadn't turned, and like you said, as you drove by it, it fixed itself.
Stupid fucking multiplayer bullshit.
Well, yeah, fuck this game. Completely unplayable. I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, come on, like, how do you, like,
Typical
how do you release a product like this? You know, I mean, I know you're just like they're like a small time dev and everything, but it's just it's pitiful. You know, it's just
And,
I don't know.
You know,
like
they
you know
changed
you
a
can use
lot
it.
from 15 to 17.
Well,
And I
then
think that's
still,
that's the
why-
key. They changed a lot of stuff, and I think they expected it to be less buggy, and it hasn't been terribly cooperative. And I agree, it's really frustrating that they released it in a state that's not awesome, perfect in every way.
yeah.
And of course, every game's gonna have a few bugs. There's no question of that.
Hold on, if I just keep this here, will it eventually just grow and suck itself in?
I don't know if you're in far enough to collect any yet.
Now I am.
That should be good.
That should be our telltale sign.
I imagine.
I don't know. It just
Whenever 19 switches to ready to harvest, because it's in the last growth state, these should be ready to harvest.
all right.
But we'll see, because there was one growth state behind. So anytime now they should switch. But yeah, you know, I fear that voting for a third party secures the presidency for Scrooge McDuck.
I don't really care either way who wins because we're gonna go to World War III no matter what, anyways. either Hillary's gonna go on with her warmongering ways and get us into World War III because you know she has to try and control everybody, or Trump is gonna say the wrong thing and get us into World War III. He's gonna probably. Oop, wait, we might be all right here. I think we're ready.
The grass behind you just changed growth states. So, yeah, I think you're harvesting.
Yippers, there it goes. All right. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Either way, we're going to World War III.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an exaggeration, but
But I understand the sentiment. I can't say that I think that's an impossibility. I have to say I understand where that comes from.
yeah,
The truth is that Trump is a loose cannon. The truth is that Hillary is a loose cannon, and for different
Yep.
reasons, they're both troublesome.
yeah.
You know, like I said, picking your favorite Menendez brother.
Mm-hmm.
And the sooner we realize that we're never going to be entirely happy with any one candidate ever, because that's how this is going to work, the better off we'll be, because then we can realize that, oh, it doesn't really matter what party they're from. They're all assholes.
Yeah.
So we need to just get over this crap, and everybody should vote for the best candidate. But unfortunately, partisanship being partisanship, that'll never happen as long as it's a two-party system. Probably not as long as it's a party system.
Yeah. I think we need to get some wood.
Okay.
We're gonna need fertilizer, and we can't do Dilly Squat fertilizer right now.
No.
Oh, that's right. I gotta switch this weight around.
No, just using a tractor. We're not gonna do anything else from it anyway.
Well, I'll just use this one. I'm alright with it.
You could take it up there with a different tractor, then bring that tractor back to do stuff with. And then pick it up and deliver it with another tractor too. You use that. It's just a thought.
Yeah, I'll be alright with this one. Yeah. I wonder how long it's gonna take us to rip that entire forest up there down.
At the rate we're going, probably not much longer.
Yeah.
Probably another week or two and it'll be gone.
Start branching out from there. No pun intended. Oh!
Oh, just own it. You meant it. You knew what you were saying.
Yep. 90% calculated, 10% skill. I might have left a whole bunch of little bits up there too from the other day. I just don't really give a shit about them.
I figure I'll drive the pickup up there anyway.
They might despawn after a while, I'm not sure.
There's some allegations that they do, but I don't know if that applies to PC or just console.
Okay.
People aren't flaring posts very accurately in regards
Yeah.
to which platform they're playing on. So it's hard to tell when someone's on what's on there. If you want to read between the lines to figure out if they're on console or PC. Tricky. There's quite a bit of tree over here. There's quite a bit here.
Yeah.
There's only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 9 trees in this one middle section here. Not much here. That's one place we could actually have that cleared out. This big middle football. And this other little section here, there's not too many trees in it. That's probably a good thing to do. We could just start like clearing out the middle of this.
Works for me.
Cleared off. Yep. There's, if you want to park, maybe park over here where I am, like just nose up to the side of the pickup. It might give us a good place to load logs. Give us a little bit of room to get at it with the trailer.
Could just park it right here. Boom.
Fair enough.
Oh, I definitely got room on both sides.
Alright, I will move the truck up onto this ridge and get it out of the way until we need it for something. I have found so far for me that the trees drop easier if you just cut them flat.
Okay.
Worth a try. Seem to be working.
Yeah,
out of the way.
I think that's what I think that's what they intended for us to do. Even though
Might
we don't
be.
want to.
Yeah, this doesn't seem realistic, but yeah. So we got this section here, and then the one to your right. We could get those wiped out. Maybe in one load. Much as this trailer will hold.
Oh yeah, trailer.
I'm gonna go over here and just cut everything down. I'm just gonna cut down trees until there aren't trees to cut down in this section. Mass deforestation. If we don't get them all picked up this time, we'll have them to pick up.
Yeah, it is actually a lot easier. I lost about 2 or 3 trees yesterday to the fucking falling through the damn ground.
Yeah, I think I watched one disappear on you. Yeah, the cutting them flat's also supposed to reduce their ability to come to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then this tree doesn't fall over. Of course it doesn't fall over. Alright, well that's easy enough to deal with. Down she goes. Dropped your tree in my tree area.
It fell.
You don't say.
I think I was cutting these to 12 meters.
Yes, you were. That is correct. I remember that. there's some allegation that trees on the ground are disappearing. I think the other allegation, which actually makes more sense because I remember people having this from 15, is that trees that fall down and are left, sometimes when the world spawns, they end up flying off somewhere else.
Oh, cool.
So we may find some of the trees that fell to the ground as well, because people were finding trees that they knew they didn't cut trees down in that area, type of thing. So we may.
Like we just fell in the middle of a field.
Right, right. I'm not saying it's like.
Yeah.
There's again some allegations. Yeah, at some point we'll have to get the tree planter and plant more trees up here.
Mm-hmm.
I assume we'll be able to do that. I believe we will. Motherfucker. Trees being an ass.
Oh, kind of deserve it. I mean, you did cut it down. Horrible thing.
Yeah, but I didn't cut it down first. It should be appreciative of that. I've cut a number of trees down already.
It had to have known its time was coming.
I assume yes, that we should recognize the situation for what it was. It was a fairly good sized tree. It's been around a while.
Mm-hmm.
Knows how those things go down.
Whew. Pretty bare up here.
Yep, forestry's a lively business.
Yes, it is.
That's funny. When I was watching the stream, I heard you say that to one of your viewers.
Oh, I noticed. Wait, what'd you say? I don't think I heard you.
When I
Right.
was watching the stream, I heard you say that to one of your viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Trees.
Yeah. Well, I'll make sure I quote you every time. Wise man once said, log into the ugly business.
I may have miscounted. There's a lot more trees in this section than I thought, but that's okay. Need to cut them down. That's our
Yeah.
There's money.
I'm sure they'll
inside.
fit.
We could probably load these without cutting them up too, if we want to try that. Like load a bunch of them without cutting them shorter.
Nah.
Just let them hang out in the back. Because in theory, we'll get more money for them that way.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know if they're gonna hold all that well.
I've seen people do. I've done it before. We had straps. On 15, I would do it that way sometimes.
I've already cut a lot of them up.
Well, yeah, but you can cut all of them up.
No. I'll try it with a few.
Once you put the big end of the trailer, the end will be heavy enough to weight the whole thing back. I think it won't tip out before you get them all loaded and strapped.
Mm-hmm.
then absolutely try out for sure. It doesn't matter. A lot of these trees aren't super long, but some of them are twice as long. Sometimes as long as what they're cutting too.
Yeah.
If it didn't take forever to do it, then it would be quicker too. That is another advantage because you're not cutting them up. Even though cutting them up is much more realistic. Some things don't always have to be perfectly realistic. Just come back out here later with the tree planter and plant trees next to all these stumps. Have a nice looking forest again. Trees will be a little more uniform. But at least they'll be somewhat randomly placed. Eventually we'll have to grind stumps though, if we want to keep doing it in the same area.
Yeah. Alright.
I've got, what, one tree left over here? Yep, there's one left over here. Because in theory we'll get more for longer logs, so.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Wrong fucking forks. I'll be back. What's that harvester looking like here? Oh, it just got full. Look at that. Good timing.
Perfect. I have a Bluetooth light bulb now.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I live in an old house and it has shitty lighting upstairs. There's no switches for most of the rooms. It's all the old school pull chains and such.
Yep.
So I snagged one of these home bright light bulbs that you can dim and all that, and it works.
I had a whole bunch of those installed in my man cave here. They're decent. Sometimes they crap out, but one of them Kickstarter projects I backed.
Nice.
Wound up getting 8 more of them, and they're nice, but still early tech. Yeah, I guess technically Mayo could have gotten that field if he had harvested everything.
Yeah, if he had enough money.
Yeah, because he doesn't have admin accounts, so whatever money he makes. So if he did make all that 100,000,
he made some.
Yeah. All right, on my way back.
Okay.
I'm definitely not going to be able to get all these logs in the trailer, but I can get some of them before I have to leave. I won't be on tomorrow morning. I got that fucking job interview, which is pissing me off. I'm going to a job interview tomorrow, and I don't know what fucking job I'm interviewing for.
Okay.
Yeah. This whole time I thought it was supposed to be a service technician job where I would go out, so I'm installing things in the customers' plants and getting everything set up and working, and then educating the customer on how to use their new equipment. Well, when I got the job interview date and the job interview descriptions for an assembly technician. Minimum requirement for education is a high school diploma. I have a bachelor's degree for manufacturing engineering. Nice. So I'm feeling a bit insulted. And I asked the woman, I'm like, where's my disconnection here? I'm confused why we were talking about a little higher level position. This is very low. She went back, she's like, oh, I don't know what position you're going for. But, just ask them, how your experience lines up with their goals of the company. I'm like, really? You are the worst staffing agency I've ever fucking heard of. I think for now on, unless a company calls me directly, I'm not going to do any of these more agency bullshit deals.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I should get all these extra long ones loaded in first. Put the short ones on top.
Yeah, sure. Give her a try. Do whatever makes you happy, boss. Helper F has completed their task, but let's get them on another task.
Oh. Okay, my joystick's not working. Wonderful.
Okay. You're having no luck here.
No, I'm not.
That big long tree might be too long. I will admit that. It's
That's what I
worth a
thought.
try.
I thought it was a bit long.
Yeah, the other long trees that are twice the length that we're cutting might work well.
Okay.
That would be probably a fairly accurate statement. That might be a bit much to handle. I don't know. I mean, you could try seeing if you can even pick it up. And if you can pick it up, we can try sitting in the trailer.
I think I'm grabbing onto it.
I think you're a little too high. Go ahead and open up claw. And raise your arm up. Raise it up.
Oh. Oh.
Come ahead. Come down. Oh,
Damn it.
Yeah, it's
Now it's rolling.
Alright, close now. Let's see what you can do with that.
Uh-huh.
Looks like you might need to be more in the middle, or it may just be too much log for you to pick up.
I need to be more in the middle. But if I can get it out of here, more on flat ground, it might be alright.
Actually, not going horribly.
I get it up and over that rock. Nope. Alright. Down. Down. Go.
It is 37 meters, so the middle is somewhere in, yeah, pretty close. It might not be, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, this thing's gotta get spun around. Or if I grab it from the other side. This may not be worth the hassle. Oop, not quite. Oh, I'm over it. Way over. Oh shit. Better angle. I've got the big stick! Alright, how about this? I'll just drop it here and I'll push it with the forks. I don't think it's gonna work. Nope. I think it's bouncing around the end there. Yep. Oh well.
Hit my mic. Maybe I've been talking to myself, or who knows.
I
how
thought so, but I was like, well, maybe he was just really into his podcast or something.
Yeah, just an idiot. Did you see the thing going around from, I don't know where it was going around from, it might have been Cheeseburger, but my wife showed it to me, where Farming Simulator had more concurrent users at that time than Call of Duty.
Oh gosh.
There was like almost 14,000 people playing Farm Sim, and between 9 and 10 playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And it's like, can we just say that they both have their merits?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, those are cut down. That one need to be shortened. Thinking these are the ones that don't need to be. Yeah, these don't need to be cut. Alright. So all three little middle bits, all the trees are done. Just need to be loaded up.
Copy.
That's a lot of wood. Boy, we
Lot
got
of
some
wood.
wood.
It'll fit.
Conceivably, if one's careful, we could stack this thing well above its actual height.
Oh yeah.
Probably be a little tricky, but it can be done. A wheel loader would be nice for this, because then you pick up several logs at once. But this works. This is cheaper. In the future, sure, we'll have a massive logging operation, maybe.
Yes.
Because we'll need to have things to spend money on.
Mayonnaise will make sure of that.
I'm sure you're right about that. I'm sure you're right about that.
So we just can't have like actual separate accounts and just put all logging money into one account. Like, here you go, Mayo. Here's your allotment of money.
Yep. Yep, he could just be our logging foreman. He runs the logging division. Fool's Farm.
It would be sweet, like actual having different accounts and shit, and then this Matt, you know, I pay you guys every week or so like that. Pay you for how much time you put on the farm.
Yeah, that's the only thing I wish this game did do is create some sort of persistent economy for multiplayer, so that you can take your money with you to your home farm.
Yeah.
Which I mean, there's ways to do it, but it's not in the game. It's tedious. You have to edit saves. You have to make notes. I'm thinking, just me, that the last trees I want to cut down on this ridge are going to be these ones out here on that south edge of the ridge.
Yeah.
That way that for as long as possible, it still looks like there's trees up here. We can clear it to the mat borders. Now let's leave these for a while, alright?
Agreed.
It's kind of like if we're going to log more around the house, which hopefully we don't log too much more around the house until we get a chance to get some planting equipment.
I didn't think we did at all.
No, Mayo's cut some trees up around the hill.
Oh, dick.
But, yeah, if we, keep logging up here and replanting. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we might buy a field just to plant with trees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is I would already have the fucking lumberjack achievement if you got achievements in multiplayer.
Oh well, I could care less about achievements.
Yeah.
One thing that's never really interested me.
Yeah. I'm not all about it, but on games like this where it's easy to get them all, I'd like to just go ahead and have them all.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can't get that easy enough in my single player save. And for that matter, once I'm sure I've cut enough trees, I could always just go to my single player save game, change my cut trees count to 49, and then go cut down a couple of trees.
Mm-hmm.
And get the achievement. It's not like you can't cheat all the achievements in this game.
Yeah.
I had all but 4 of them the first day. Oh, careful. Actually, that was probably good. You probably settled the logs a little bit.
I think I did. I meant to do that. It's a professional lumberjack trick.
Yeah.
It's only for the pros though. Only for the pros.
Yeah. What professional lumberjack taught you that trick?
Yes. How are these looking? Are these that one? Okay, that one needs to get pushed. Go. At least like the one thing I'm happy about with logging is that for the most part when you intend to do things it works the way you intend it to work. Like pushing logs around in the wagon and everything, like it works. Like that's exactly what I intend for things to happen when.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know, the physics are pretty good, let's face it.
If only their collision boxes were a little bit tighter on these trees, we could get better stacks.
Yeah. Empty a harvester. I forgot about that guy.
Oh yeah.
I'm on
it. It's bad. Does it pop up in the top right?
It's
saying like
supposed to,
helper?
but it doesn't.
Okay.
I think that one's not working so well. Some of the other notices come up, but the full grain tank and the block by an object are not coming up for me.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a block by object one? I did not know that.
Yeah, Helper H or whatever is blocked by an object.
Huh.
That way you know when they're stuck.
I love how we gotta do the debugging for him. Like that's like, that's what I would write in my game code if I was trying to debug shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Once again, oh fucking well. At least the devs and us are on the same page. It's just a farming simulator game. Who cares?
Yep. Well, I think the thing I like is that the devs are like, it'll all get fixed in due time. We'll work on this. Tell us what's wrong. We'll still fix it.
Yeah.
I didn't notice this until last night. Just fill planes are not fully animated in multiplayer, apparently.
The old
like the
what?
tippers
Planes?
just fill up smooth.
Oh.
You know how in single player when you fill up a tipper, it'll fill up in one spot?
No. I haven't played single player yet on this.
Well, how about in 15? Did you ever play single player in 15? It's the same way there.
Oh, no, I never realized that.
Whereas in multiplayer, they seem to just fill up flat, even. And I assume it's done to prevent syncing issues.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's just an observation.
I always thought that's how they were. I was actually kind of wishing that it would fill up, you know, correctly.
Yeah.
The fact that it does in single player, I guess I'm not surprised. I don't know.
It's pretty obvious there's some pretty grave limits on their multiplayer netcode.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't surprise me. They don't have a massive team with tons of experience in writing netcode.
You'd think they'd be able to with how much money they get.
Yeah.
The DLCs and everything. I mean, they gotta have a small team. Unless they're paying themselves some really big salaries over there.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. You would think they'd have it figured out by now, but you know what? I don't know that much about coding games. I can't really sit here and say I could do any better.
Yeah.
Not that it's an excuse to turn out a subpar product, but... And I don't think this is a subpar product, let me be clear. This game's extremely enjoyable, and I've already invested 100 and some hours into it.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot sit here and argue against this game being a good game. But I can agree with those that say that there is some polishing that should have been done.
Mm-hmm.
That was not done. There were some playtesting things that they did not check. Like the stupid bug where you can't sell animals if you don't have any money.
No, I don't know. I think the biggest mistake was the money issue where it wouldn't update. I think that's the biggest issue. Because that is game breaking if you're not getting the money and you...
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with you.
That is something that should never have
Fortunately,
happened.
they fixed it in, what, 4 days, 3 days? But
Yeah,
they should have
I think 3
playtested
days.
that, saw that was a problem, and fixed it right away before
Yeah.
the game was released. But there's some clear things that they did not playtest every circumstance. That's what's happened with the animals. For some reason in the coding, the way the animal menu works, it always looks for you to have the money for the animals. So if you don't have it, when you try to load your animals to sell them, it will tell you you can't afford to do it.
Oh, okay.
Even though it doesn't actually take any money from you. If you don't have money in your account, and I don't know if it's just $1 or if you actually have to have the total amount for one animal or for all animals you're trying to load. I haven't investigated this.
Yeah.
I don't know where the breakover point is, but yeah, it won't let you load and sell your animals into a trailer. And I think you could probably sell them directly if there's a way to do that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can't load them up and haul them to the animal market because it'll tell you you don't have enough money, even though it doesn't want any money. And it's just the way they wrote the script for that menu is all together as opposed to separating the selling and buying
Okay.
at some point in the script. I imagine it'll get patched. I'm sure it's not that big a deal. They'll have to rewrite the script a little bit, but they can make it work.
Yeah. But it was Galleon. Galleon just messaged me. He's the one I got the Field 19 and playing soy.
Okay, cool. I wish he'd gotten on while I was still on. That's okay, because he has his schedule.
Yeah.
It was a pretty lonesome grind. I had podcasts going on the one screen and sitting here working my way back
Downtown?
into the black.
Oh.
Well, that too, probably. I wasn't moving terribly fast, though.
Actually, I think it's walking my way downtown. Walk
Not
my
sure.
way downtown, walking fast, faces passing homebound. Oh, the
so
90s.
1997. There's so many songs in the 90s were great songs. This is such a great song. Yeah, these guys are awesome. Yeah.
I
And
hate
then, like,
music
now we're just
anymore.
like, oh god, they're so bad.
Yeah. Music is fucking terrible anymore.
A lot of music is bad. That's why
There's no talent. There's no talent involved.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of no talent hack musicians right now.
My buddy, he's an
Like I said,
audio
it's why
engineer.
I like listening to technical death metal. That way, there's always talent required.
Yeah. My buddy, he's an audio engineer. Him and I were recording the song. I hadn't worked with him in a while, we were recording the song. He's like, all right, we're gonna record the chorus. I'm like, all right, you know, not a problem. And so we get that done. He's like, all right, now I'm just gonna copy and paste this here, here, and here, and there's half the song done already. I'm like, wow, this is how things are actually done. He's like, yep. I'm like, this sucks.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's like triggered drums piss me off.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't that what a lot of metal music is nowadays? Anymore? Ooh, that's trailer.
No. A lot of metal bands are not using fully triggered drums. A lot of bands have used triggered drums to fix little issues.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to confirm this. I have this is allegedly. My belief is, I'm sure you're familiar with the band Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
Or as I refer to them, Five Finger Fruit Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking terrible. Anyway, if you listen to one of their songs on even a halfway decent stereo, even just decent headphones, and listen to the drums, you're like, those drums, every hit sounds the same.
Yeah.
They've got to be triggered drums. That drum kit is the most lifeless, soulless, sad thing you'll hear. It's just like, it doesn't even sound right. I can just hear it and go, there's no life in that drum kit.
Mm-hmm.
Either that drummer is a robot, or they're using triggered drums. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not for me. I hope someday to be able to put together a couple of original songs and get them recorded and stuff. You know, not gonna do anything major with them, but I'd love to get half a dozen songs written out and put together. I know I got nuggets of songs here and there in my head.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy and I have jammed out some stuff, and when I get ready to record, I honestly swear I don't want to use electronic drums as much as that's the most practical route to go.
Yeah.
Drum kit from hell, and just sequence my own drums that way on the computer. I really want to just spend the money to buy an acoustic drum kit, mic it up, and play the drums. And I'm a terrible guitar player. I'm an even worse drummer. I can play drums, and it sounds like I know how to play drums when I play drums.
Oops.
But I hate that. You know, you gotta grab it again because it slips through the claw. Yeah, anyway, I want to be able to do that, and I would rather use acoustic drums. Personally, I will probably end up using electronic drums, but it will only be out of the necessary fact that I am a shit drummer and really shouldn't buy a drum set right now.
Yeah. Even still, I mean, you could like take the time and actually change the pitch of every single triggered drum to make it sound not triggered, but that's really time consuming.
Oh yeah. I mean, and anything would have helped the drums on that, but it's like they use just the slightest hint of reverb here and there to space out the recording, and it just ends up making it sound like mechanical. And I just like, you can't do that. You can't.
I'll tell you what.
It doesn't sound right.
I used to have a Roland TD-15 electronic drum set. I was very impressed for an electronic drum set. It was fucking amazing. Yeah. They had all the velocity not velocity.
Yeah.
But it sensed all that shit.
And that's
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like for the Five Finger Fruit Punch. So they had one sound for every drum, one loud sound, one quiet sound, and then that's it.
There was enough that made it sound great, but it just wasn't quite as good as an acoustic drum set.
Yep.
It never will be, I knew that, but...
You know, and you can get passable results with sequenced drums. I don't have a problem with that. But when it's so out front, when your drum kit is like very precisely tuned to the song, it really isn't just a background thing. It's very key to the song because the guitars are quiet, the vocals are slower, more space between, so there's more time for the music to come through. And then you have a song that really should have a lot of emotion to it. And the drums just suck it all out. They're just like, no emotion here.
Yeah.
Black hole, I'm a void.
There's this guy on YouTube that makes fun of fucking drummers and guitarists and everything.
Yeah. Probably
Like,
talk about what, Jared Dines?
I think so. I think that's his name. He usually wears like a baseball cap backwards and shit, blonde hair.
Yeah, I think that's sick guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alright. He makes fun of people for doing stuff, and then he turns around and does the exact same stuff and knows
Oh, he
he's
does.
doing the exact same
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's absolutely in on the joke, and he gets it. He's
Yep.
just being silly. He's pretty alright. His gent stick is hilarious. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos. He is pretty good about that.
I think I like I like his 5 types of metal one. He's like, I hate everything. I hate my life. I fucking love it. Just run through the stereotypes of what people think of each music genre.
Yep. So I finally got my guitars out yesterday, day before yesterday, and I finally actually plugged my fucking half stack in and troubleshooted it a little bit. I've got a problem with my tuner, and it was cutting my volume, so I had to put my tuner in my loop
No.
instead of in my. I had to put it in the loop off of my NS2.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't actually in my signal chain because my tuner was killing my signal bad.
Gotcha.
And so I may have to get a new tuner. It maybe be over for that one. It's a TU12. I got everything I've got on the floor. I've got a big muff, but everything else is Boss. I've only got 4 pedals that I might actually use. I don't use the muff much. I just have it. It's a Russian-made muff. But,
Okay.
I've got an EQ, a compressor, and a noise suppressor.
Gotcha.
Everything else I get from the amp. I get 90% of my dirt from the amp. I mostly use my EQ to roll off the lows and boost the signal to get more dirt. I really need a clean boost is what I need. I need to get rid of the EQ being a booster and just use it as an EQ, and then put a clean boost in. But I roll off lows like you roll off lows in the studio because I don't like my guitar to fart.
Yeah.
And I usually play with heavy strings, and I usually play down tunes, so I don't need any extra bass. It's already there.
Yeah.
And I drug out a couple of my guitars and beat the crap out of them for a few minutes. I'm like, yeah, I am really rusty. But I was really happy to pull my sweet-ass fucking neck through Ibanez out of the case after almost 3 years of not touching it, and the neck wasn't cracked. I was like, oh, thank God.
They usually do pretty good in the cases.
Well, there used to be a problem. I think the Ibanez necks, because they're super thin.
Okay.
They're really sensitive to humidity and temperature.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that years ago told me that everybody he knew that had an Ibanez, the neck cracked. And I said, dude, you live in Nevada. Because at the time, he was talking about these friends of his, it was when he lived in Nevada. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's because you live in Nevada and there's no humidity. And he goes, I never thought of that. I'm like, yeah, I think that's your problem. But, yeah, the room my guitars were stored in gets pretty warm some days because it's getting an old house, no insulation in the roof.
Yeah.
Second floor. So I was kind of worried that it was going to be in bad shape when I pulled it, but I was like, at least it's a neck through, it's super stable. And fortunately, it looks like it's all good. I don't think there's anything wrong with the neck on it. It helps that my guitars I never detune them. People who think you need to detune guitars to store them are idiots. The neck needs the tension in both directions to stay straight.
Yeah, it does.
And and it was actually really close. It was like a half step down across the neck.
That's not bad at all.
What's even more amazing is that my $100 Squire Bullet was a half step down across the neck.
For a fucking Squire, that's pretty good.
That guitar was $110.
Yeah.
It is literally amazing. The
Really?
only thing it's done wrong since I've had it is the finish cracked.
Okay.
Because I assume the first layer of the plywood veneer, because that's a plywood guitar, let's be honest with ourselves. I assume the plywood actually started to split, and it popped that veneer and popped the paint. But it's not terrible, it's not flaked, it's just cracked. And
Gotcha.
that guitar is awesome. It feels great, it's super lightweight because it's plywood, but it balances really well. Single humbucker, single volume. Dirt simple guitar. Fucking rips. A better pickup would make it sound like $1 million. And I probably will stick a better humbucker in that guitar at some point. I kind of want to change the pickups in my Ibanez, but I kind of don't because they're infinities and they're coil tapped. So I've got a
5-way switch on 2 humbuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Coil tapping. But I don't use it enough. I usually spend my time either all the way on the bridge or all the way on the neck.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I play almost exclusively on the bridge pickup because I like the bite. I like it tight and I like it really clean. I don't like the overwhelming low end that the neck pickup gives.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. I'm a rhythm guitarist. I'm not a lead player. And I should be looking for more chunk. And I'm like, nope, I can dial in enough chunk where I want. What I want is a clean, cutting sound from the guitar. Then I can shape it where I want it. I'm also looking at this wicked badass bass guitar that's sitting here. I haven't pulled the battery cover off because I'm sure there's battery in it, and I'm just afraid to find out that it's melted itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's never done it before in that guitar, fortunately. It's pretty good, but it doesn't have a parasitic draw for the active electronics,
Okay.
so it doesn't usually cause too much trouble, where it just kills the battery and then sulfates and pops it, but I have it open and looked. But it's a sweet, sweet bass. It's a Traben. They're kind of an off-brand as far as names, but it's a nice bass. 5-string.
Oh, nice.
Nice flat, thin neck, active electronics. 3-band. Plays really nice. It's just super buttery.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be set up properly. It's got a lot of string fret noise on it, but I mean you're not gonna get away from a little bit of fret noise on a 5-string.
No.
No matter what you do. But it has a little bit more than it needs. But it sounds really good. I want to get a like a Mark Bass 212 combo for it. But I'm not a bass player. I gave next to nothing for this bass. I virtually stole this bass guitar from Sam Ash? Yeah, Sam Ash.
Good deal.
It was a display model. It was the last one they had. They had a price on it like $4.25. And I looked it over, and the nut strap lock on the upper bout was loose, and like you could just pull it out. It was stripped, and there's a little ding in the back of the neck where somebody let it fall against something.
Ouch.
Not a bad one, but there is one.
Yeah.
And I asked the guy, I said, "You guys do any better on this?" He said, "Well, I'll get a manager." I'm like, "Cool." So the manager comes over. He goes, "So what do you think?" I said, "Well, this is bad. I gotta pull this out. I gotta drill it. I gotta dowel it. I gotta sand it. I gotta paint the dowel. Then I gotta re-drill it to put the screw back in it." I said, "And then the neck, with this dent in the neck, I'm going to have to get sanding blocks and re-radius the neck to get this dent out." And he's like, "Well, what do you want to pay for it?" I says, "I'm not going to pay more than $3.50 for this bass." And he goes, "Okay." So I give $3.50 for the bass. Went home and checked it out. It's a $700 bass guitar.
Nice.
Yeah. Transparent gray with quilted maple top. Basically matches my Ibanez.
Go.
It's my Ibanez's trans gray with the quilted maple top. The only difference is my Ibanez has neck binding.
Okay.
Neck and headstock.
What the fuck was that?
The bass does not. But the bass has this really cool flame inlay, and then it has a really interesting bridge. Traben does this thing. They have this like massive bridge, and it covers like a third of the body of the guitar, but it's cut in like a flame pattern.
Okay. What the?
And the idea is that it's supposed to transfer more of the string action into the body for more sustain.
Gotcha. Remember that movement bug you had the other day? I'm fucking getting that right now. I'm out of the tractor trying to look at this crap here.
You finished the field, so it's not like you were paying for it to sit there.
Yeah.
I just kind of forgot to go back and start from the next field.
I think I might be able to get all these loaded before I don't know. There's still a lot here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 1:15 for you.
Yeah.
But, Yeah, like I said, I was just happy to get them out and fuss with them. Once I got everything working, sit there and play around. I need a better noise gate though. The NS2 is nice. It does a decent job, but it is not. It is not the most amazing noise gate ever. I wouldn't play without it
Yeah.
if I could avoid it, but I would like to have a little bit higher end, like rack mount studio quality noise gate in my rig. That and I really need to upgrade my head cabinet. I've got a Randall RH200 head on an old JCM 900 cabinet,
Okay.
and I really, really, really want tubes. Not because I think they sound ultimately better, but because they break up different. They just sound different, not necessarily better, different. And I fucked up, and I should have bought it when I had the money. I test drove a used but in good shape 5150 half stack that I should have bought. And I looked at buying a 6505, but I just didn't do that either. I could have bought a brand new 6505, which is the same thing as a 5150.
Yeah.
Just that when Eddie Van Halen's endorsement contract ran out, he went to Fender.
Okay.
So PV couldn't call their amp the 5150 anymore because that was tied to Eddie. So they changed it to 6505 because of 1965 2005 was anniversary year.
Okay.
So 6505 is the same as a 5150. I say it's the same. It's the evolution of the 5150 to some degree. I think a 6505 plus is like a 5152. But anyway, should have bought that 5150. Probably will still end up buying a 6505 at some point. But that said, if I have the money, I'd rather buy a Savannah. Get an SLO 100, but I can buy I think I can buy a full stack 6505 for what I can buy the head for a Soldano for.
More than likely.
That SLO 100 is $3,400.
Yeah.
Probably totally worth it. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
I guess. See,
It's
man,
good
if I'm
equipment.
getting
It's got a good circuit.
if I'm getting music shit, I want to make some money off. You know, I want to be able to pay off my investment.
Yeah.
And money doesn't sell any, or music doesn't sell anymore.
Yeah. Those things they want because they want it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I gotta park this guy down here so he's ready to offload this guy again. Taking care of business. You might start loading some logs the other way.
No, I'm just
Log.
loading the fat end to the front. But yeah, I think I see what you're talking about. I should probably start loading the fat end towards the back.
Yeah, because once the straps are on, they're not going to slide out. So that's
Yeah.
not an issue. That'll let you stack more in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought. I'm not trying to tell you your business. I'm making this.
Yep. No, I wasn't really paying attention to that, to be honest.
Yep. Well, there's not too many left. I mean, there's plenty left, but there's not like 1,000 logs left to pick up.
No, now that we're getting more proficient with this shit, this is getting to be much quicker, less time consuming. Yeah, I think I'll stay up to 1:30 at the most, and I'll hop off.
2, 3, 4,
That'll give me
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, there's probably 16 pieces over here to load. So I mean,
Oh,
there's still
really?
a lot.
okay. Well, then,
oh,
yeah.
Over the hill. What you're
Oh.
missing out on is what's over this little hill.
Oh, I just saw these ones over here that I got, and then that one that's visible by the trailer there. Okay.
You know, I leveled
If there's that
whole
many,
section.
if there's that many, I may just leave the rest to you then. Because I was like, oh, there's only a few more. I can get this done before work. Oh, there's 60 more. Yeah, no. Much as I would love to stay and play this game all day, trust me, I would.
Yeah, gotta have an income.
Yeah, well, technically I would still have an income. Might think about being salary. But,
Yeah.
it's just the fact that if I'm not in work, then 6 people get sent home without pay.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't get it. Maybe I'll try this. Close this. And punch it.
There you go. It moved some.
Then hope it's dark.
Can you see my flashlight?
I got my lights on, but I cannot see your flashlight. I know I'm close. I'm up just a little bit.
Just over it. Just a bit
Yep.
over
That should be it right there.
it.
Boom!
Yep, got it. Perfect.
Alright, I'm gonna hop out.
Nailed it.
All yours.
Alright. Yeehaw.
Whew, that's not bad for about an hour. About an hour's worth of work right there. It's not bad.
Nope. It helped that we got them all just knocked down straight through. Got them all
Yeah.
lit up.
Yeah.
We just had to pick them up.
So you got this one here, and then oh shit, I didn't see those. Yeah, there's some that are there's all yours there, and then there's some of them over top on the north side.
Okay. Yeah, I cleared through the whole middle. Once you started loading them, I got everything done. So all these little center sections are cleared with standing trees.
Mm-hmm.
So there's even like a couple over here. There's one left, I think. Yeah, must have got one.
Shit, there's so much.
Our clock needs to go get put in the pickup.
All right, get out of here. Fortunately.
Yep.